President Donald Trump says DOGE, or the Department of Government Efficiency, is not a government office, but multiple new lawsuits filed yesterday challenge that. They claim it's subject to federal law requiring objectivity and transparency. Elon Musk leads the panel, which has already hired dozens, and he says they can cut $500 billion in annual spending. The New York Times is reporting that co-founder Vivek Ramaswamy is leaving DOGE to run for governor of Ohio. Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes joining us now. Khalif, I just want to start with this. A lot of this is very confusing. If you can just have us understand, what are we talking about?
Alicia, with my clients, I like to do this a couple times so I could temper expectations. I never want to overpromise so I can underdeliver.
Right.
I won't be able to break this down for you either because it's complicated. A couple of things. When he came out with this, advisory group, and I'm saying that in brackets because that's really what it is. It's not a government agency. It's not an official cabinet position. And so when you were trying to figure out, or he was trying to figure out, where do I place Musk? Where do I place Ramaswamy? This is where you place these two folks that are tech giants, people that are really good at what they do in the tech world, but they felt like government was getting too big, that there was too much spending. How do I cut down on that? We're going to chop $500 billion. Well, how will I do that? We'll start giving you advisory opinions and decision making in all of your other different agencies across the government spectrum. Well, now you're an advisory committee, and because you become an advisory committee to the government, you kind of got to follow the rules for other advisory committees. Right.
So my question is, so we do know that DOGE was sued multiple times before Inauguration Day. Yesterday concluded. So, what's your take on all this?
Well, they were filed when it was on the Inauguration Day because you had to wait for those folks to actually officially take effect. Right. So as soon as they took effect on the 1st, the lawsuits dropped on the same exact time frame. They were priming them, but they can't take effect until this committee or this advisory thing is doing anything.
Right.
They're advising an everyday citizen, which President-elect Trump on Monday was, but once he was inaugurated, now he's the president. It happens. The lawsuits drop, and what they're trying to say is you have to be transparent. There has to be bipartisan support on this committee. There has to be insight from actual citizens, and your hiring practices have to be transparent. Two people that sued were both attorneys. Both applied to be on this committee and haven't received any feedback.
Right.
And so what they're saying is, well, where's the transparency that this committee is supposed to do? So I agree, this lawsuit has teeth. It has mustard. They're pointing to an act from 1972 that says these committees have to do the very things they've alleged in the lawsuit.
Okay, so let's talk about that, because what we know is there's 3 lawsuits that have been filed in D.C.'s federal district court alleging that DOGE doesn't comply with the Federal Advisory Committee, or what they call FACA. So give us some insight on that specifically, because I feel like that's where we really get in the weeds and people get lost as to what we're talking about.
Objectable and accessible. Let's talk about one thing. They're just like any other public session. It has to be a public meeting because it's a public forum. If you're an advisory committee and you're advising these government agencies, it can't be done in the dark. It has to be transparent. And so if Elon Musk and Ramaswamy are having phone calls amongst themselves and making decisions on what this committee will do, it's in violation of this rule because it's not accessible. It's not open to the public. You or me, I should have an opportunity to listen, to hear their decision making before they present it to the government. And they're not doing that because they are running it like a company, which would be, hey, we're going to have these meetings here, and then we'll present it to the public when we are ready for them to see it. Well, that doesn't work for an advisory committee to the government.
Okay, last question for you. What could this mean down the line?
I think this DOGE will have problems trying to operate the way it does. There is a clear distinction between being a private or even a publicly traded company and being a government-run entity. And when you try to bring in privately held or publicly traded company operation procedures, you normally run amok of government standards. And so because we have things that are in the books to prevent behind the doors, closed deals, things that aren't open and obvious for the public, this will have to either tighten up and they get some advisory to this advisory committee on how to act when you're dealing with government entities.
Khalif Rhodes, I just appreciate that you gave us clarity on this. A little bit more. Still more to be able to learn on this, but thank you, Khalif. Appreciate it.